Alright then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another one of these brilliant TOGA Motorsport streams. We are here today with what I'm sure is going to be another fantastic episode of the ACC Porsche Cup Challenge. We are driving exclusively British tracks and we are having a whale of a time with them. We are here at Oulton Park today for what I'm sure is going to be a chaotic race, without a doubt. I am currently joined in the box, or should be at least, by Julius, but I think we are having a couple of technical issues. He will be joining me in the box shortly, but I think he's just having a couple of audio issues, but he will be with us before too much longer. Don't you worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. So far we have got a grid of 22 cars here at Oulton Park, one of the, well, arguably one of the most challenging circuits in British motorsports. It really isn't easy. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I believe that we are back. Julius, hello my friend, how are you after your time away?
Hello, I'm good. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoping that you're feeling well, feeling motivated, ready to get back into things after obviously some personal difficulties over the last couple of weeks. We've really missed you here at TOGA, and it's really a delight to have you back in the comms box.
Yeah, I'm feeling now fine and it's very nice to be back.
Yeah, that's always good to hear.
This.
Yeah, we've missed you, man. We've missed you as well. It's always weird to be a man down on a team, especially when, you know, there's only 3 of us and we're commentating sometimes 4 races a week, and sometimes one of those 4 races is like 10 hours long, and you need the people, and you know, just being one person short, it's yeah, it's a weird feeling to not have a full roster on the team, but as I said, it's brilliant to have you back. We've all missed you, and getting ready for some madness here at Oulton Park this evening. As I was just saying to the viewers, Oulton Park is well known for being arguably the hardest track in British motorsports. I'm ready for everyone to absolutely shit all over me in the comments about the fact that I said that, but it's too late for that anyways. But yeah,
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's a
very difficult track.
Yeah, it's a massively challenging track. And I think anyone that's driven it before knows that it's a challenging track, and mostly that is because it's one of these old style circuits. You have a very thin track, you know, it's not wide at all, and it is basically grass everywhere. If you wander off the tarmac, it is just grass. There's nothing else.
Yeah, you have no time to make errors around that track.
No, absolutely. But anyways, here we go. We are rolling now for what is going to be a 10-minute qualifying session before we head into the first of the 2 15-minute races this evening. Now, I don't know if you've had much of a chance to watch these streams whilst you've been away, Julius.
I have some knowledge about the championship, and we've been seeing Ben Crew pretty much dominating, but there's only one man so far who's beat him at least once, and it's Reese Uttersall, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Tatsuo. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
My expectation is that Ben is gonna be the man to beat again.
Yeah, I would expect so. I mean, he's been the man he's just been fast at every track so far. He's definitely the man that people are looking to beat. But at a track like Oulton, where a tiny mistake can cost you a lot of time, I mean, obviously we haven't really seen Ben put a foot wrong so far, but is there a chance that tonight is the night that that does happen, and he does make a mistake? I mean, we'd have to wait and see.
There is a massive chance, because the track and the cars is so hard to drive. And if you have one misinput, you can easily spin. No matter how good you are, you have to nail and concentrate every single moment in the track.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's one of the things that people don't appreciate enough about these old style circuits. You know, because when you look at circuits like Paul Ricard, where you've just got endless runoff, you know, there's very few people that make a big enough mistake to hit the wall at Paul Ricard. You know, Charles Leclerc is in with a rare bunch there. But sorry for any Ferrari fans, that was just ruthless for no reason. But at a track like Oulton Park, it's very different. One tiny mistake, and there's only 5 meters to the wall in most situations. Regularly, much less than that. So
Exactly,
before you know it,
that makes the challenge of this track.
yeah, and before you know it, you will just be in the wall if you go off track. There's no if, buts, or maybes about it. You know, you will just crash if you make a mistake. So getting the perfect lap is going to be ridiculously difficult.
And there we already have some spinners.
Yeah, out of turn one. Turn one is a difficult corner, so I'm not gonna rag on them for that. I've had a big crash there. I've had a big crash there as well. On my own, in my own races at LFM. Yeah, it's a difficult corner because it tempts you to carry a lot of speed, but if you dip your tyres into the dirt on the outside, you just spin. So
Exactly.
yeah, and there's quite a few corners that are like this.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree. There's a couple corners which are kind of killing the vibe, I would say, personally. But this track is, for me, it's so good because it's the old school, like you said. You don't have those big areas where you can just turn around and make moves. Like, you go out one corner, nothing happens, but here it's really punishing, and that's why I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking up at the timing board now that we've had the first flying laps come through, and it is Ben Crook that leads the way at the moment for the PLR esports team in that brilliant red Porsche. I do love that livery on that car. The red and yellow really stands out. Second is Amundsen, Anders, with Big Brain Racing. Now, he's not had a brilliant campaign so far, but clearly Oulton Park is working for him, as is for Tommy Byrne in the Drive It Like You Stole It Porsche, which is a brilliantly unique team name. I quite like that one. Then we've got David Marsh for the MSR team in that Fluoro Porsche Cup car. I quite like that one as well. And then the only man who's put a challenge to Ben Crook so far is Rhys Tattersall in the base skin Porsche Motorsport Cup car, and he at the moment is 8/10 off.
Yeah. It's actually 8/10. I'm looking at the championship standing. We have Rhys in P3, and he missed round 1 and round 2. So he's been second, first, and 2 times third.
Yeah, I mean it's been
one of the top drivers. And Amundsen goes to P1.
Yeah, Amundsen goes P1 and Byrne goes P2. Crook now 3/10 off the pace. But I'm sure he won't have too much trouble finding that. And Tattersall has moved down because Daniel Strating in the Stevens Endurance Racing car has managed to put himself up the order in that kind of half and half black and yellow.
And Marsh
Porsche
is
Cup
having
livery.
a massive lap.
Yeah, 6.5 tenths found. Wow, that is huge. That is really, really massive. But he's still got this very hard third sector left to go. This double right-hander is not an easy one to get right.
No, this lap would put him in the P1.
Yeah, he's equaling his time through there. Equaling his time so far through the third sector, through the hairpin. Still equal. He's lost a little bit on the exit of the hairpin. It's going to be about 5/10 when he gets to the line, I would expect. It's
P2.
not quite enough. Not quite enough. By 18 thousandths of a second, he misses out. has a massive moment at turn 1, loses a lot of time. I'll tell you who isn't having a massive moment is Anders Ammerston in the Big Brain Racing car, who is currently 2.5 tenths up, 2 tenths up on his best lap so far. And he's already at the top of the timing boards. So is the number 72
and we also
Porsche.
have Teneriella 6/10.
Yeah, that's a big game for him as well. But Amundsen in that bronze Porsche, the number 72 car, goes to the line, improves by 2 tenths of a second, just over.
Watch car 7 goes 5th, 8 tenths quicker.
Yeah, from Teneriello in the Intercontinental Racing Porsche. That was a yeah. He's been there or thereabouts the last few rounds. So I'm not surprised to see him improve up the order a little bit. I expect he'll be someone that we might see in the race having a better run of things. Now looking down to Ben Crook in the PLR Esports in that number 9 car. He is just a 1/10.5 up at the moment. He needs more than that, really. 3 tenths now, 3.5.
Now he gained a lot.
Yeah, good run through the chicane.
Still not going to finish P1 with this pace.
No, 2.5 tenths isn't going to be enough. He lost a lot coming back out the chicane again. I think he broke later and then lost all the time he gained. Here we go. That's a massive time gain through the double right-hander there through clearways. That's not clearways. I'm just talking about a completely different track now. But Crook, 2 tenths up into the hairpin. Oh, he gets a way better exit. A way better exit. Wow, it was the exit that cost him all the time. It's going to be a 6/10 improvement across the line. From Ben Crook, he goes P1 ahead of Amundsen.
But he's gaining that time now. He has 2 tenths.
Yeah, Amundsen is up.
Coming. 3 tenths now.
It's going to be about 2 tenths when he crosses. Oh, it's really not been a great exit from him, but I think it'll be about 1/10.5, which is enough, as long as it's not anything less than... Oh, he pulls over. He's pulled over before the line.
Oh.
It didn't
and
register that time.
8 tenths.
And he's back in the pit lane. What happened there? It wasn't invalid. Yeah, Tattersall. 8.5 tenths up, 9 tenths up.
Oh, speeding ahead.
The traffic gets out of the way. That's handy for him. Where would a second would put him P5 as it stands.
Yeah.
And there's a second.
It's been so far a good lap.
I think there's more coming from this lap for Reece Tattersall in the number 24 Porsche. Dives it into the hairpin to 1.3 seconds. 1.2 seconds. This could be on for P3 here when he crosses the line. It is P3,
P3.
for Reece Tattersall in qualifying for this first round, for this first race here in the Porsche Cup. However, there are drivers improving behind as well, namely Daniel Strating in the SER Stevens Endurance Racing car, the number 39 machine.
Yeah, 5 tenths.
A 5/10 game would be massive for Strating right now. That would leapfrog him up to P6. And it is P6 for Daniel Strating. Afonso in the Intercontinental Racing 999 car is improving as well. Only 2 tenths at the moment, but he's still got the rest of this sector to go. So we'll see how much more he can find.
Daniel in P6. But Brackstad can make a difference.
Yeah, Brackstad not really finding any time at the moment, and he's not got long left of this lap either. There's the time for Brackstad. Brackstad's just found a lot of time in the number 75 car. Up the hill. Afonso goes to P7, but Brackstad has got a 2.5 tenth gain coming his way now, which would put him P6 where Daniel Strating is. Daniel Strating could be about to lose that position. We'll wait and see.
4 tenths up.
Yeah, he went deep at the hairpin, but 2.9, pretty much 3 tenths of a second. P6 it is, ahead of Daniel Strating by almost exactly a tenth of a second. And that is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So your grid, I'll just read you out the top 10, is Ben Crook, Anders Amundsen, Reece Tattersall, David Marsh, then Tommy Byrne, Brackstad, Daniel Strating, Afonso, Teneriello, and Elias Fernando in the number 23 car, who, by the way, hasn't done any practice. So to go inside the top 10 is quite impressive, I'm not going to lie to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that I do need to talk about quickly is that we do have a chance of a red flag situation here tonight. We've got 22 cars on the grid. If more than 20% of them are involved in an incident at the same time within Sector 1 and Sector 2, they can be separate incidents, but if they happen at the same time, if more than 20% of them are involved in an incident at the same time in Sector 1 and Sector 2, we will get a red flag. Now what that means is that all the drivers slow down to basically walking pace and drive back to the grid, drive back to the pit lane very slowly, and we do a race restart with the qualifying positions. They only get one chance for that in each race. After that, if there is a big crash on the second attempt, then it is just what it is, and everyone just kind of has to get on with it, and unfortunately there's nothing that we can do. So that is kind of how things work, just laying it out for you, so that you all know. And we had a really good run a couple of weeks ago. Clearly it's the Julius effect. Julius left and we had like no red flags, and then he told us we were coming back, and we've had like 3 in the last week. I'm joking, by the way, everyone. I am joking. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we get going with this. How am I seeing 0 likes on the stream, ladies and gentlemen? 2 likes on the stream. There's 12 of yous in here. Come on.
And there,
Dude,
5-second
that's
penalty.
so funny. Do you know why that is? I think that... Oh no, that's not for using... I thought it was for using the chat right after Arnold had just posted the message telling him not to use the chat, which just would have been the most funny thing ever, but it wasn't. Unfortunately, Joker, I'm not able to help you with that. Once the entry list has been set, it's set, and the server would need reconfiguring from and we'd need to restart the whole server. See, now that's weird, because for me...
I don't find any reason for the penalty.
That's weird, because the message is showing as being earlier than Arnold's for me. It's showing it being sent at 8:22 PM, whereas Arnold's message was sent at 8:26 PM. Which is really odd, but oh well. Right, here we go. We're about to get going for the formation lap, and we've lost a car. Who have we lost? There's no one in the 3rd place grid spot. We've lost David. No, we've not. We've not lost David Marsh. Why is there such a big gap?
Reese.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. We're missing Reese. Yeah, Reese Tattersall isn't in. Reese Tattersall has left the session. Possibly a game issue. But yeah, Reese Tattersall is not here. What has happened there? Reese Tattersall just not here. And I don't know how that's happened. How? Oh, that's so unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I can't.
He's showing us online, but he's just not here. He's not here. I think he's had
That's shame.
It looks like his internet might have gone down, because he was showing us online in Discord and now he's showing us offline. So I think he might have had an incident, an internet problem there, rather than anything else.
Or did he just miss the drive button, because in game he's in pits.
But I don't think he was connected at all, was he? Also, he went to the pits well before, didn't he? I don't know, I'm trying to work out what's happened here.
There is one car in pit. That is Niklas Mundhenk.
I'll tell you what, I'm literally watching back the stream right now to see if he disappeared. No, you're right. He missed the time. You're right. He did. He missed the start for. Yeah, he missed the ready up button. Wait, so he's in the pit lane. It's Reese Tattersall. That is huge. Here we go. Anyways, we are readying up now. Grid is now in 2x2 formation. In all fairness, it's been quite a brisk. It's been quite a quick formation lap from Ben Crook. He's just got on with it, which I can rate, because normally formation laps take forever and make me want to scratch my eyeballs out. So he's done a good job there, just keeping it quick, which is nice.
Are we gonna see a red flag? I hope not.
I hope
because
not.
we love lean racing, but let's see. The track is hard and everyone wanna make positions.
Here we go. Yeah, you can see how narrow the track is. Like, if out of the hairpin there, it's barely possible to go too wide.
Exactly.
But here we go, towards the line, and we are green. Here we go. Green. Immediately looking for a move is straighting, I believe that is. And into turn one. He attempts to go around the outside, does Amundsen, but he's not made it work. Everyone has lived through turn one. That's good. Couple of people losing positions, but nothing major. Oh, through the right-hander, people did live, and then they stopped. Who's that's gone round? We've got a couple of cars off, actually. We've got 3 or 4 cars off at the moment.
There's Topalov, Fiher, Thompson, and Braxtad.
I'm going to rewind this and we're going to see what's happened down here. Oh! Yeah, big contact, and then the car just veers back across, clearly not holding his brakes. That was Thompson that's had the collision there, and he's now right down at the back of the grid. But no red flag, so we do stay clean for now. As I say that, we lose another car. Alessandro Pallone has gone round.
We already have 7 locket contacts. Fernando down in P11.
Oh! Contact at the chicane, everyone scatters. Meyer Van Dijk getting involved there. Let's have a replay of what's happened here. And, yeah, just nothing that Meyer could have done to avoid it there. Big whack to the rear left, to the rear right corner. Brilliant avoidance from all the other cars who kind of just arrived at the scene with Meyer facing just completely the wrong way on track. Amundsen now is already a second out of range here, and we've got a battle going on between Chris Wright, Mr. Simquips, and McCarthy. McCarthy fights this one through turn 1 on the inside, but it looks like Wright is going to hold it around the outside. He doesn't quite manage to, and now he's vulnerable to Elias Fernando, who's had a brilliant run out of turn 1. There's contact there down towards the long left-hander. Elias Fernando tries to hold it around the outside. That's not going to happen. Not in these cars. There's just not enough grip. Oh! Ben Crook! Ben Crook's around! Crook's gone round.
No.
What happened here? Oh, it was all on his own. Too much speed in. Onto the grass. I think he managed to stop it before hitting the wall. Brilliant car control not to hit the wall, but he's down in... He's P19! He's P19 right now. I don't think... Has he got enough points to secure the championship already? Because if he does, this doesn't make a difference. But this has possibly just blown the championship wide open. With just a couple of with just 2 races, well, 3 races overall left to go. I'm going to check the simgrid.
And this helps straighting a lot. They have 78-point difference. And straighting is in P2.
I'm trying to work out how the point system is working right now.
Combined from both races, I believe.
Yeah, 78 points behind is a long way to come from for Daniel Straiting, who is currently in P3, but I think the scoring system. So
And we have a battle between
P1 only gets
Fernando and Braxton.
so P1 gets 20 points. So with 4 races left to go, there is the possibility that Straighting could score 80 points. So technically this does have championship implications, but Ben Crook has basically got this wrapped up.
Yeah, he's
In fact,
still
Ben
pretty
Crook
much
could
into
seal. So at the end of tonight's 2 races, as Polone has gone round as well, not sure what's happened there. But he's now. God, why? Why reverse into the middle of the track with cars coming? Why do that? Mundang has gone around as well.
Side by side.
Yeah, good call there.
Braxton passed us.
Braxton clunking through the chicane, but he's. Oh, there's contact! What did I say about that corner? I said about it in the driver's briefing. I said that if a move isn't 100% on there, you shouldn't go for it, and Fernando was way behind going into that. He's got a lot of damage on the front of that car, you know.
Yes, that's gonna affect, but gladly they both continue, so that's the good side.
Yeah, thankfully there was not enough damage there to cause any significant issues. Got a battle coming here, possibly, between Alexander Topolov, Ben Crook and Mr. George Stevens. This could turn into a 3-way battle pretty quickly, although I think maybe Mr. Stevens has already overtaken Topolov. But Ben Crook is looking to get past both of these guys on what is now a comeback drive for him.
And also Straighting Burne is having a little bit of fight for the P2.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on the gap there, just in case it gets, does get a little bit closer than the 4/10 that it is at the moment. Ben Crook looks to the inside. Topolov covers it all the way off.
I have my eyes for the paddle, and
through the left-hander.
Better exit.
Oh, Crook goes to the inside at the hairpin. Does he get the better drive than Topolov? I think he does. Is that enough to secure the position into the chicane onto the back straight? Yes, it is. Ben Crook now up to 15th. And next in his targets is Mr. George Stevens. We are now going to hop up quickly and look at this battle between Straighting and Byrne. Although at the moment I don't think there's much going.
It was so much closer, but Byrne got better exit. And Straighting a little bit lost time. But now he's gaining again. It's like one corner Daniel gains, and then in the next corner Byrne makes the gap. So
yeah, unfortunately just not enough going for. Oh, Ben Crook has managed to get past Mr. Stevens. I think something big has happened there because Stevens has lost a lot of time.
and
Yeah, I think
then
Stevens
still
went off.
make it in the top 10.
I think Ben Crook could probably make it back into the top 10. He'd have to find a lot of time. He'd need to be finding about a second a lap on the guys ahead, which at the moment, in all fairness, he is doing. So it's
And
not
also
it's not impossible. Oh, big off for Filiberti in P8. At the same time, Samuel Braxton in the big brain racing car is making a move on Chris Wright. He makes that move stick, and I think Filiberti has managed to keep it out the wall. It doesn't look like there's any damage on that car, which is impressive. But that's going to be another position that Ben Crook is going to pick up pretty quickly, I would suggest.
And if Ben wants to be in the top 10, he would need to pass Reese and Fernando. But Reese is now attacking Fernando.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and he's still got to gain all the time between those cars, which at the moment stands at just over 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds. So it would take a while to gain that back, especially seeing that there's only 7 minutes left of the race.
Yeah, so a couple laps only. Reese didn't have a good lap.
Did he not?
No, he lost time.
Yeah, he has a little bit.
But now he's going for the move with Fernando. It's very close.
Actually, Ben Crook didn't gain any time on Tattersall last lap. He actually lost about a tenth, Ben Crook, on Tattersall last lap. Here goes Tattersall now. He thinks about the move up the inside of the hairpin. It's not going this time. Takes a slightly wider line to get a better exit, looking towards the chicane onto the back straight. He does get better drive out of there. Fernando a little bit wobbly at the rear.
Now take it easy. We've seen Fernando having that contact with Braxtad.
Yeah, Tattersall did not get the run through the exit of the chicane that he wanted there. As much as Fernando had the bounce in the first part of the chicane, it actually set him up better for the second part of the chicane because he had a straighter run back up the hill, which in these cars with no traction control, having a straighter run out of the corner is very, very important.
Exactly.
And I think we might have a penalty coming. I can see Arnie typing in the incident outcomes chat. Here comes Tattersall now. To the outside, towards the hairpin. The final hairpin.
Makes it.
Around the outside.
Oh, Fernando
There's room
back.
left. Fernando looks for it. Gets wobbly on the inside. But Fernando still... No, I think Tattersall is going to have cleared him before turn 1. It depends. How brave is Fernando on the brakes? Not brave enough. And that is Reece Tattersall into P10. Massive slide.
Yeah.
That was some car control going on there from Reece Tattersall. That was very impressive not to lose that one. As last lap... Oh, Ben Crook. Ben Crook gained 2 seconds on Fernando and Tattersall last lap.
Yeah.
Only 4 minutes and 30 seconds left though.
Has fall over a second to burn. And this Mars is a little bit breathing behind, but so is Braxtad for McCarthy. Braxtad might make a move soon here. And there's penalty for 396 or...
Oh, for fair. He's the same guy that got the he's the same guy that got the penalty for talking in the in-game chat. What's happened there with Crook and Boldo? It looks like Boldo just maybe outbraked himself, or was there a little bit of contact? No, Boldo just outbraked himself massively into the grass. Ben Crook makes another position and is now in free air to chase down onto the back.
Now there's 5-second penalty for car 75.
10-second penalty for Braxtad. That's a 10-second penalty for Braxtad.
For causing a collision rear-ending car 42.
How do you know that? There we go, now it's loaded for me. Yeah, causing a collision with car number 42 on lap 1.
Oh, my Van Dyke. With Van Dyke.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right.
Might be the incident you earlier watched.
Yes, I think it was,
Oh,
yeah.
But now Braxtad is making the move.
Yeah, looking for a
He's
move on
been
McCarthy.
doing this for the couple last lap, so...
Yeah, just kind of reminding McCarthy that he's there. Braxtad gets a better exit down the straight. McCarthy forces him to go to the outside, which is the sensible thing to do for this chicane. In front of them, Afonso and Teneriello are fighting as well. Braxtad tries to go around the outside of the chicane. It's a move he made work.
Now he's on the outside.
With Fernando, but now he's on the outside through here. Oh, they've managed to make that work. That's brilliant driving from those two. That's a very difficult corner to go side by side at.
Yeah, that is.
Now up towards the double apex right-hander. Who backs out first? Who blinks? McCarthy stays ahead, but Braxtad will have the better drive out the corner. Oh!
Braxtad will wield it to the last corner.
I think Braxtad had to lift to not hit McCarthy. No, it looks like he didn't. Up the inside at the final hairpin, Braxtad manages not to drift too wide to hit McCarthy. I think he's had the better run, but McCarthy has the shorter run by being on the inside of the corner. Is Braxtad going to manage to hold it on the inside? I don't think he is. Oh!
Little paint trading there.
Yeah, a little bit of trading paint there, but Braxtad for now stays behind. He's got no other choice.
And Crook is in the P10 now.
Yeah, Crook gets ahead of Fernando.
And this would put
This would give him 10
the
points.
Brackstad penalty. With the Brackstad penalty, it
He
would
moves up
affect
to
on
P9.
Rees,
Yeah.
Brook, and Fernando.
So that would be 11
And-
points. As it stands, I'm trying to work out the championship more than anything at the
Yeah.
moment.
So the Brackstad with the penalty will drop in the position of Paldo, I believe, in P13. Are you getting the same result with the math?
Yes. Yeah, somewhere, yeah, about there.
But he's still having a battle with McCarthy. And now we see Rees is joining. So if these are gonna drive racing 3 wide, or having a 3-way battle.
Leader is on the
know,
final
for
lap.
the last lap.
Here we go. So these guys do only have one more lap. Tattersall looking to get ahead, possibly of Braxton. He's got the penalty to rely on. Braxton gets the better run out the corner. McCarthy's gone wide at the hairpin. Does Braxton manage to get it done this time on the run to turn 1? He had the better drive out the corner, far better drive out the corner. He's ahead of McCarthy. In the braking zone, McCarthy managed to kind of hold it, but Braxton inches ahead out of the first corner.
Yeah, and also there's no stress for
McCarthy.
McCarthy
No, he can let him have it because of the penalty. But now he's got to look behind for Rees Tattersall,
Yeah, Rees is coming.
who has been almost 2 seconds a lap faster.
And
This
Rees
race.
is making probably already here. No, he's building it.
No, not at the hairpin. He's got to think, where can he do it though? As Straighton gets past, Daniel Straighton gets passed by David Marsh. I'm not sure what's happened there. I think he had a big bounce through the chicane, lost a lot of time, and I think that would pretty much seal the title for Ben Crook, I believe.
Yeah. At least we have to see what comes for the next race, but I do believe.
Tattersall now, he's only got a couple of corners left to make a move on McCarthy. This one is for position in the end of it. Technically it's for
And
2 positions.
Amundsen won the race.
Yeah, Amundsen crosses the line and finishes first, but I want to keep an eye on this battle down here because this could have
P2 Burn.
some championship
P3
implications.
Mars. Rating in P4.
Tattersall overcooks the exit. McCarthy's going to hold it, but Braxton is going to lose a whole bundle of positions here. So Braxton crosses the line in 7th with McCarthy in 8th and Tattersall in 9th. Ben Crook finishes 10th with Elias Fernando crossing the line to finish in P11. Then comes Simquip's Mr. Chris Wright, followed by Davide Boldo in the Bradipo team. Then is Filiberti in the FPL boys car. Then George Stevens in the Stevens Endurance Racing Machine to cross the line in P15. After that is going to be Alexander Topolov in the Porsche Motorsport 38 car. Then it's a bit of a wait down for Ballas Fair. Lots of damage on that BWT scheme car. And
Amundsen with the fastest lap of 1:35.8.
Yeah, well, 1:35.7
No,
actually, which I think is...
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I think that's about the same time that he did in qualifying. So that means possibly more to come
Yeah,
from the
that
second
must
qualifying
be.
session.
And the only other who did 1:35 is Ben Crook
Yeah.
with the 45.9. Braxton's just after the penalties ahead of Paldo, so in P12.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be interesting to see what comes in the second race. It's going to be interesting to see what comes in the second race because obviously now that these guys have a little bit more experience with what it's like to drive these cars around this track, we could see some improvements coming.
Oh no, now I notice. Beher had 2 5-second penalties. If you check the in-game chat, you will. Oh no.
Oh, Fair's got another one coming. Are you bro? Why? Dude's just
Yeah, he,
buying himself
he
penalties
had
right now.
one. I don't know. He had one, and then Arnold responded that you found the hard way to get the in-game chat penalty, and then he, oh my god, responded to that I did, and got another penalty. But hey, we had pretty much clear race. No too big issues, crashes, but we still had the drama of what happened to Krug and the penalties for Braxtad and the recess pit lane
Yeah,
start and
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been pretty crazy. Here we go. Qualifying 2 is live. And we are going out the pit lane right now. The first car out the pit lane is Mundank this time, who did not have a great race. He didn't ready up in time. He didn't ready up in time, and
yes,
then
and only qualified in P21.
yeah. It wasn't great for him, but he's made it work. You know, things are it wasn't necessarily a great race, but sometimes that's just how it goes. You know.
Yeah, and I know that he didn't have any practice or anything. I sent him the setup for the car in like 5 minutes before the session go live, so
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy to think that, you know, guys who, I mean, and that's the thing with the chaos of these races, is that guys who qualify at the back, as long as they keep clean, they still have a decent chance of finishing in a good position, you know, because there is just chaos happening around them all the time.
yeah,
So
exactly. But with these cars especially, you just have to maintain and keep your car. Because these cars to make mistake is 100 times easier than in GT3 or GT4.
yeah, yeah, and I think a lot of people forget just how difficult these no traction control cars are to drive.
Yeah, and also with the low aero and everything.
Yeah,
The
because
car
it's
doesn't pretty much have any aero or
yeah, it's not as
so.
easy as
Yeah.
just like, you know, oh well they've just got less aero, but it's fine because you can just like it's just like driving a normal car, because it's just not.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I mean, I personally can't stand with these cup cars because what I need from car is downforce, and these cars simply I can handle the traction issue, but the downforce that these cars not have makes it too difficult for me.
Yeah, yeah, it is the lack of downforce that really does make it difficult, because and I think people forget that it's really the lack of downforce that makes these cars quite so difficult to drive, you know, because that amount of power with that little downforce is, it's just mental to try and keep them going in a straight line, and that's why most of the time they don't. They quite like getting sideways.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fun to drive that way, but not very
But
fast.
not fast, unless you're in a kart. Karting is one of the only disciplines where just drifting it the whole time, it can be equally quick. So Mundank starts the timings off with a 39.0. Marsh immediately goes to a 36.1, with Strating doing a 37.1.
So 2.8 seconds slower is Niklas.
Yeah.
Come on, Niklas, I know you are listening. Just keep pushing. I can make some jokes of him, but
No, we'll be kind. He's trying his best. He's trying his best.
yeah, but we're somewhat of friends, so
Oh, right, fair enough.
he's my teammate. But after seeing what is happening, I think I need to find new one.
Oof. Oh man, that's harsh. And Ben Crook goes to the top of the timing boards.
The joke. Maybe I need to call Mr. Ben Crook.
35.805 for Ben Crook. Byrne goes second fastest with a 36.097 in the Drive It Like You Stole It number 16 Porsche Cup car.
And Filiberti is having a massive lap, same with Wright.
Yeah, Filiberti is second up.
Second. Yeah, second up.
As is
And
Chris Wright.
is having a good lap. Oh, basically everyone.
I'll tell you who else is having a good lap is Ben Crook, who's about 3.5 tenths up on that 35.
Amundsen.
Oh, Amundsen goes faster. Yeah, 35.777.
Absolutely destroy that.
Well, yeah, but Amundsen has still got his second and third laps to come as well.
Yeah, that's true. And he's already gaining a tenth. Too. But now
Ben Crook 4.5 tenths now in towards the final corner. Well, it's not really the final corner because the home straight isn't straight, but it's the last actual corner that involves any sort of difficulty. Ben Crook across the line. It's going to be almost 5 tenths gained. It's a 35.332.
But Amundsen is straight up answering for that. It's 4 tenths up.
Yeah, 3.5. It's going to be the final sector that makes it. Reese Tattersall
goes P2.
2 tenths behind, and he's still got some laps to put in as well with just less than 4 minutes left of this session. We're going to stay with Amundsen for now. He is the man that is currently the most likely to challenge, but Ben Crook again is up by 2 tenths of a second.
Yeah, and at the moment this lap would put Amundsen in P2. Because the difference is 4.5.
Yeah, this wouldn't be enough for Amundsen to go to pole. But Ben Crook has lost all that time. Now he gains the time.
Yeah.
Amundsen, is it going to be enough? It looks like it might just be. It is by 2 thousandths of a second. It's a 35.330. Tattersall's gone round, is back in the pit lane. He's going to have to restart. Braxton within 4 tenths as well, and he's now improving a tenth and a half up.
Everyone is improving, almost.
Yeah, lots of improvements coming, but this could be the closest battle for the podium positions that we've seen. Ben Crook now gearing up for another lap. He's got a bit of a gap in front of him. He might want a slightly bigger one, and he is building that gap. He's just trundling along that back straight towards the hairpin. But he's going to get going again. Amundsen. Yeah, Anders Amundsen. He was improving. It's not by loads, though. Clearly that last lap was on the limit of what he could do.
Yeah, and also we see from the first qualifying that most of the big time jumps like 2 tenths can be found in one corner.
Ben Crook invalidates with only 2.5 minutes left to go. Reese Tattersall is showing as a yellow flag again. I'm not sure where he's gone. There he is. He was off track. He's going to have to get back to the line to be able to start a new lap. And Ben Crook is a tenth up, but the lap is invalid, so it doesn't matter. How much time can Anders Amundsen find? This could be the lap for him. And he does find time, half a tenth.
Fernando also 5 tenths.
Yeah, that lap's invalidated, unfortunately for Fernando.
Oh, no.
A tenth and a half. It's gonna be about half a second, I think, by the time he gets to the line. I don't know if that'll be enough to secure anything for Amundsen, but he does extend the gap a little bit into the 35.2s as of right now. Braxton has had yellow flag moment there, off the track and invalidated, and I don't think he's going to have to do
Crook will have time.
Braxton is going to
for one more lap.
Yeah, Crook will have time, but Braxton is going to have to do a full push lap to get back to the start-finish line in time to start a final lap in this session, and it's going to be close as it is. Byrne is improving,
Yeah, it's gonna
2.5
be
tenths at the moment. Amundsen is improving, but that lap's invalidated, so it doesn't matter. Ben Crook, this is the lap that matters for him. He only needs 58 thousandths of a second to go to pole.
Yeah, because Amundsen already missed the lap.
Yeah, can he do it? Can Ben Crook go on pole for the second race in a row? It's...
And also what Reese does.
Yeah, Reese Tattersall as well. That's a very, very good point. Reese Tattersall is still on the improvement train as well. And Ben Crook, at the moment, is not as much. Although I say that, he's now a 10th up coming down the back straight. Well, not the back straight, one of the straights. Reese is up as well. Almost 2 tenths for Ben Crook, but he loses it into the hairpin. I expect he'll gain it on the way back out. He doesn't. This could be big. Tattersall improving.
Very close together. They're like 3 seconds apart in the track pace.
Yeah, Tattersall will cross the line first, but not by much. Tattersall had a shocking run through that first chicane. He's lost all the time and a bit more. And a 10th down.
Ahead.
Scratch that. Tattersall goes round. Reese Tattersall goes round. That'll be it. And I think that'll be it for Ben Crook as well, because I don't think he'll gain any time. Yeah, Ben Crook is done as well. That's it. Amundsen is going to be the pole position man for the final race of the night. The second and final race of the night. We've still got people improving behind though, so there could still be changes coming to the grid order.
Fernando, Palone, Tenerillo, Accorti, all of them is having a massive
All of them having massive improvements, absolutely.
But still, if you see the cap for McCarthy to straighting, it's 7 tenths. And so no one is gaining. The
first man to cross the line with an improvement will be Afonso, but he invalidated the lap at the very final corner. That is unfortunate for him. That is unfortunate for him. The next car to cross the line is going to be George Stevens. He's about 2 tenths up. He's going to gain... Oh, he doesn't quite gain a position on fair. He stays P18 for now.
And Palone's
invalidated. McCarthy crosses the line and doesn't find anything. Fernando crosses the line and doesn't find anything. Teneriello crosses the line and does. Teneriello goes to P9.
Yeah, he improved.
And that is...
And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, we had the drama for the... in the Guali. First Tattersall and then Crook in the same.
Yeah, that was... It was crazy. Really, really nuts. Just a quality session with everything you want in it. You know, the guys at the top within what, like 600ths of each other here. I mean, this race is going to be mental. It's going to be mental.
Yeah, it will. But that's what we want to see.
Yeah, absolutely is. It's no... You know, we don't want these races to be boring for you guys who are watching, and I'm hoping you are enjoying what you're hearing.
Maybe not what they're hearing, but what they're seeing.
They've got to enjoy both, otherwise it's no good.
Yeah, they enjoy it as soon as they hear that the one Finnish guy is back. Nah. And there's 5-second penalty, 10-second penalty for Topalov.
For Topalov? That must have been for causing a collision during qualifying. I'll wait and see. I'm sure that Arnie is about to put that in the incident outcomes.
And now let's see if everyone remembers to put the drive on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it will be a big thing, you know, making sure that you hit drive is just such an important thing to start your race, you know, because you can just immediately be have your qualifying ruined, especially if you're at the top end.
Yeah, like we see Reese in the last race, but he did a lot good. It was P8 or P9, P8. I believe, from starting in the pit lane, and it's good.
Yeah, this first lap I have a funny feeling is going to be mental. by the way. I have a funny feeling it's going to be very, very crazy this first lap. We've got all of the guys who have pace around this track very, very close to each other.
Exactly.
57 seconds left on the countdown. We are watching and we are waiting. Car number 38 gets a 10-second time penalty for not applying the brakes after a crash, causing a collision with another car that was on a flying lap. So yeah, classic. Hold your brakes, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your brakes. It is one of the easiest things to do. Consistent P19. These cars are hell, to be honest. It's fun though. Let's have a good one. Absolutely, Nicholas. That's a brilliant. Attitude to have towards it. These cars are very difficult to drive and very difficult to drive well. So if you're not having the race of your dreams, then there's nothing you could do but let what happens happens, and just do your best from where you are. And I think everyone is readied up and ready to go. I don't think we've got anyone resetting to the pit lane. We don't. That's nice to see.
Yeah, they learned.
Managed to hit start this time, so let's get a good race from now. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, best of luck to you, Nicholas. Here we go. The formation lap has started. Let's see. Does Amundsen take this a little bit slower than Ben Crook did last time? Maybe that's a way to try and improve his race, is by just taking it a little bit slower at the start. We'll wait and see.
Well, what we expect for the second start?
Possibly chaos. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see. I mean, you really can't predict what's going to happen
Oh.
in these races, because they do just get crazy without any warning.
Yes. That's how it goes. But I have a funny feeling, even though a lot happened in the quali and the race, we still haven't seen the all yet.
No, absolutely. I mean, the thing that's really crazy with these races is that you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen in any of the races in the Porsche Cup. In the Porsche Cup series, you know, we've seen massive crashes. We've seen races that haven't had a crash at all. We've seen, we've seen the leaders crash. We've seen guys at the back crash, and it's affected the leaders. And there goes the tyre barrels already on the formation lap. So yeah, you just can't know what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy.
No. Yes. But now, Ollie, the big question about the championship fight. If Krug have issues now, what position is needed for Daniel to keep it alive? Somewhere
I don't
in
know.
P5 to P6.
Where did Daniel
probably.
Strating finish last time out?
Fourth.
So that
But
takes
Ben
that
was
takes a haul
on
of 16
P9.
points.
Yeah, but he was in P9.
So that's 11 points. So the gap only closed by what? So the gap closed by 5 points. It's not enough. Ben Crook's got the championship.
Did he?
Yeah. So Ben Crook in P2, with only 60 points left available, has taken the championship. He doesn't need
But
to
there's
finish
still
any of the rest
points
of these
from-
races, but there are still battles
Ah.
up and down the rest of the grid.
Yeah. Green, green, green.
Here we go. Actually,
And
I'm
now
going to
I
watch
have
the
eyes
front
on the
because I expect
green.
this is going to be crazy. Amundsen defends from Crook in the first corner, looking to make a position possibly as Braxted.
And Braxted come.
Braxted, he does make it work on Tommy Byrne.
It was
Amundsen
free.
holding position right now. No one involved in any incidents as of yet. That is a lie. We got one man round. Who is it? It's Teneriello. in the number 7 car. He's dropping down the order massively. So is...
And Tattersall is side by side with Braxton.
With Braxton, yeah. Crook looks for a better exit on Amundsen, but Amundsen just chops down on the apex a little bit. He's well within his rights to do that. Tattersall still looking for an opening here with Braxton. I don't think it's going to come his way. The pack behind very close to each other as well. Plenty of invalidated laps to start this final race of the night.
Nothing too big. Oh, and Braxton joins the party.
Yeah, Braxton now with the guys at the front as well. Tattersall gets very wobbly out of the corner there. Someone's round. Who is it? Two people around. We got Boldo and Thompson both around. I think those are possibly separate incidents. Maybe they are not. Let's have a quick look. No, they're not separate incidents. God, Boldo clattered the inside curb at the first at the chicane.
Oh, Reese!
Reese Tattersall, what's happening?
Went a little bit off track, but still going.
Alexander Topolov is round and he's taken out a few cars with him. There is some chaos at the back. 4 cars involved. Stevens is round. Pateron is round as well, out of the final hairpin.
Oh, and there's chaos in the final hairpin.
Who's in the pits? Meyer van Dijk's in the pit lane. Maybe has forgotten to put in the right amount of fuel. Afonso is round as well, coming towards the start-finish line. It's just been mental. Nicholas Mundenk is in P12.
Oh,
Reese Tattersall, what's happening? Reese Tattersall, oh, he's off.
He went very much wide.
He's off down at the right-hander, down at the left-hander even, all the way down the back straight now, losing positions.
Into P10.
It's P, I think he sits P9 as it stands, but that's a massive loss for him.
5 positions.
Braxton still managing to hang on to these guys at the front, Ben Crook and Anders Amundsen.
He had 2 issues in half lap time. Both times he went off the track.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a crazy opening couple of laps there. But still, 12 minutes left of this race. Braxton trying to cling to Ben Crook and Anders Amundsen in the hope that he might be able to get involved in that fight, but at the moment there's nothing going there. Elias Fernando now looking to get past McCarthy. Don't think there's going to be anything going here.
Very close to Amundsen.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that battle.
It looks like Crook might get
just showed to the inside at the hairpin. Didn't actually go for a move.
Crook have more space, more pace.
Oh, McCarthy gets past Strating's. Oh, Fernando's round. Fernando's round on his own.
Oh.
Contact with the wall there. Filiberti moves back up, and this could be another position for Nicholas Mundenk. I don't think it's going to be, unfortunately. But Strating ahead of McCarthy, who's ahead of Tattersall, who's ahead of Filiberti. Braxton now dropping out of that 1 second range to the cars in front. That means he's no longer getting any slipstream. I'll tell you who's getting plenty of slipstream right now is Ben Crook.
Yeah. And Crook is faster than Amundsen.
As it stands,
so hard to pass here.
Massive slide on exit for Ben Crook. Loses a 10th.
Yeah.
Braxton back 8 tenths.
But like you said many times, this track is so narrow.
Ben Crook has a bad run. Down the back straight, Braxton.
Yeah,
Braxton goes hunting. Here we go. Into the braking zone for the chicane. Ben Crook brakes later. Manages to hold off Braxton for now. He's going to have a compromised line. Not enough going there. And Amundsen has broken the toe. Amundsen now 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds ahead.
And Braxton.
Pateron is round again. Pateron is round again, waiting to be able to rejoin in a safe manner, and he does so.
And now again, Tattersall shall have to make those moves if he wants any back of that position. But Marsh is attacking Byrne now.
Yeah, David Marsh.
They're side by side.
Nothing going there through the final hairpin.
Oh, Marsh.
Massive moment for David Marsh. Huge moment for David Marsh. As McCarthy now, McCarthy and Strating. McCarthy looking to get past. Round the outside at turn 1, he tries it. It's not going to work. He's almost hustled out there, but Strating was just ahead. Now into the left-hander, onto the first of the 2 back straights.
And there's Tattersall also.
Yeah, Tattersall right behind these guys. This is a 3-way battle. The car's only covered by 0.3 of a second.
I believe Reese will play this really smartly, like he don't do anything stupid here.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's smart.
I think he knows what's sensible here. I think he knows that if he can let these guys race each other out, then he can pick up the remains. But if there's an opening, he's going to make a move, because he's not the kind of man that's going to sit around and wait, you know. He's very tactical, but at the same time, if he's got the opportunity, he's going to take it. Ben Crook, by the way, back within 0.5 of a second of Amundsen, who's not had a brilliant lap this time round. Braxton. The move came there. Tattersall got past McCarthy. I don't know if there was contact.
No.
I don't think there was. I think McCarthy
went off.
got it wrong on his own. Oh, he hit the bump. He hit the bump. I've done that so many times on the exit of that corner.
Yeah.
The one true bump. I hate that bump, honestly. I hate it.
And there was some penalty, but I completely missed it.
10 seconds for Boldo and 10 seconds for Topalov, but he's 2 laps down and in the pit lane.
Oh.
The number 58 car, that's
and
Polone.
Paldo
He's
was
gone round
fully
again.
damaged. Paldo had some damage in the first.
1.1.
Now, Hello. Oh, he's in the pit.
1.1 seconds. Braxton is back out of the tow again. Braxton is back out of the tow. 0.2 is the gap at the front. 0.3. My internet just had a massive moment. Sorry if I dropped some frames there, everyone, because my internet just had a massive ping.
I don't know if it was your internet
or if it was the server.
For me,
did it do it for you as well?
Yeah, screen lagged a little bit.
Yeah, it was probably server related then, rather than it being me. 0.2 is still like 0.5 now. Oh, it's Tattersall. Oh, Tattersall goes straight on in the braking zone for the chicane. He's going to have to give the position back to Straiting. He's going to have to give that back. It doesn't look like he's going to. Tattersall isn't giving this position back. Does he maybe feel that he was forced off track down there at the chicane, which is why he's not giving it back? He should though, but he's not. He's just not giving the. He's just going to get a penalty for it. What is the point?
Yeah. Just as we said, he's very smart and practical, but
massive slide out of the final hairpin there, as Fernando now is looking to make a move on Bensel's fair.
And Wright is attacking Mudhank.
Yeah, absolutely right. Chris Wright, Simquips, looking for a move. Everyone did a power slide, absolutely advanced. Yeah, these cars are very throttle happy.
Watch Wright and Mudhank.
I am, however, I'm also trying to keep up with all the other battles that are going on as well, because there is a lot happening on track right now.
Look for a moment that it just look for a sec that Wright is gonna absolutely send it, but he changed his mind. I think
the most likely move we've got coming is going to be Fernando on Balas Fair.
Yeah. And Crook is still in 2/10. But just
getting closer, but just doesn't quite get close enough. 0.3 now the gap.
I feel like Crook is faster in the parts where you can't pass, and then Amundsen and Crook are pretty much equal on the areas where you could actually pass.
Yeah. Sector 1 they're very equal, and Sector 1 holds most of the. Well, Sector 1 and Sector 2 hold the only passing opportunities. But Amundsen gets a better run out of the chicanes.
3. Yeah, and in Sector 3.
Yeah, because the hairpin and the second chicane, both hairpins and the second chicane are the only opportunities you've really got to pass people at this track.
Yeah. And those parts are pretty much equal, so...
Yeah.
It's very hard for Crook. But now he's close.
Here goes Chris Wright on Mundank. He's had the better run out of turn 1, took a wide line. And Mundank just lets him through. Not worth his time fighting that position in his mind. Very sensible from him. Better to come out a position down than to have a crash. Very sensible driving from Nicholas there.
And he's also one of those youngest members of. He's only 15.
Yeah, but he's driving spectacularly, you know.
Yeah. Fernando, I believe. I mean, he's younger, but I don't remember too much of.
Oh, Fernando switches it into the chicane. Fernando on the brakes, not quite enough. But that's fair, doesn't have a... Who's round? Tattersall dropped a couple of positions. What?
Yeah, two positions.
I think that was a glitch though, because I don't think he went off track. I think he was P8 anyway. He hadn't got ahead of Strating and McCarthy. I think our timing boards just glitched there.
No, he was ahead because you were talking about how Reese didn't let Neil pass.
Oh, Strating back through. Yes, of course. And he's now got a 5-second penalty, and that will be for not letting him through, although Strating has also got a 5-second penalty.
Weird.
All sorts going on at the moment. Amundsen and Crook are just, I mean, they're just running away with this race right now. Gap is 3 seconds.
Oh, Fernando, what happened? The gap has fallen into 3 seconds.
Yeah, he gets passed by Chris Wright.
Right.
I'm assuming he's gone off track. Yeah, he's gone massively off track into turn 1.
Oh, no.
Massively off track.
Yeah, he lost 4 seconds in the one corner. That's massive.
Now he's got Nicholas Mundenk behind him. Possibly looking to gain a position. Tattersall right on the back of McCarthy. Tattersall almost makes the same mistake he did in qualifying by bouncing off of that inside curbing.
Oh, there's in the wall.
Who?
Henariello, I believe. Or Afonso. I didn't...
Was it Topalov, maybe, down the back straight?
No, it was Topalov.
Tattersall looking. Tattersall sending. Up the inside into the final hairpin. Move done. Easy for Tattersall.
March is fighting with Byrne. Both wide. It wide.
Mundenk gets past Fernando. Afonso has had an issue. He's gone round. And now Bush is looking to get past him into the final hairpin. He does make that move stick. Mundenk, though, ahead of Elias Fernando for now.
Come on, good move. Alright, passes a fear.
Yeah, that move was always going to happen, I think. Although, oh, there's contact!
No!
Chris Wright stops. But right in the middle of the track, why would you do that? There's massive contact. Yeah. Chris Wright, Elias Fernando all involved.
Oh,
why? No. Just why in the middle of the track, Mr. Simquips? Please, that was just not the right decision. I know you wanted him to keep the position because you hit him, but stopping in the middle of the track there just was not the right thing to do. Yeah. Crook all over the back of Amundsen for now.
Is now in P10.
Yeah, Mundenk P10. What did I say? Keep a clean nose.
Yeah,
and you'll go far in these races.
I take back what I said, that I will kick him from my team. Well, it's his team, so.
Final lap. Leader started the final lap. Here we go. Amundsen ahead of Crook. Crook is going to have to make a glory dive.
And again, something happened to Reese.
Reese Tattersall, yeah, he's back. Yeah, he's dropped back down again. But the gap is 8 tenths between Crook and Amundsen. Crook has not had a good run out of the second corner on this particular lap.
And now Tenariello versus Mundenk. They're side by side in the last. Oh no, a little bit
of contact, but not enough for either driver to lose any time or positions. It looks like it's going to be side by side into turn 1. Let's hope this stays sensible. Mundenk around the outside. There's almost contact. He's allowed to squeeze. There's contact with Tenariello. But that's fine. Tenariello now almost looks for the move into the double left-hander, but there's nothing going there. Mundenk stays ahead for now, but now back to the championship and the lead fight. Ben Crook, 8 tenths behind, 7 tenths behind. It's not going to be enough for him. I don't think he's going to be able to find anything now in this final sector unless Amundsen has some real issues through these final few corners.
And Ariel off the track.
Crook has a massive moment. That is going to seal the win for Amundsen, I would expect.
Oh, 2 out to 2 for Adamson.
And indeed it does. Amundsen wins.
Win.
Crook comes second. It's going to be Braxton third. Fernando looking for a move on Fair on the final lap. There's contact. Fair and Fernando are both off. Teneriello goes through. Fair holds the position ahead of Fernando. Mundenk guaranteed pretty much that P10 position now with Bird and Marsh coming 4th and 5th. Straiting is 6th. 7th is McCarthy. Tatzel finishes 8th. Filiberti is in 9th. Mundenk, he's only got 1 corner to go. Is it going to be a top 10 finish for the man who's qualified P19 twice for tonight's races? Takes it easy out the final corner. No crazy power slides. Mundenk P10. What a big result for Nicholas. Then Teneriello, Fair, Fernando, Chris Wright, Mr. Simquips, Afonso. Then we got Mr. George Stevens.
There's a crashes after the race.
Oh, they've all been told not to do that. Stevens in 16th, Bush in 17th. Boldo is, I think, is going to finish 18th now. And
there was 4 car crash after the finish.
I think it was probably people who lifted or braked directly after the
Mundenk is 9th, I believe, because penalties.
I don't think he is. I think that's because someone has already left the session, and it messes up our. Oh no, you're right.
But hey,
no, he's P9 on my.
Crook.
He's P9 on my slip as well. No, that's because people are leaving the session. And Ben Thompson slows down to a crawl. I don't think he's run out of fuel. I think he's just kind of messing around.
And we have a champion of Ben Crook.
Thompson stops before the line. He's inching forwards. Come on. There we go. That's the end of the race. Yeah, brilliant. Ben Crook seals the championship. I'm trying to get a hold. I think we are going to get Ben Crook come up to the interview waiting room. I think we are going to get the chance to talk to the man, the myth, the legend, the man who sealed the championship tonight. Mr. Ben Crook is the champion of the TOGA Porsche Cup GB Series. After 2 intense and chaotic races, he managed to avoid it all and seals the championship with 1 round left to go. Ben, I mean, how was that for you?
Very difficult, if you couldn't tell by that first race. It was the toughest thing here. There's something about the cup cars where the suspension just seems so soft. I don't know if you could see it on the track cameras, but if you go over a little bump on this track and the car will bounce for so long, and it made it so tough. You couldn't drop concentration for 1 corner or you'd be off. No,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, these cars they're horsepower monsters, and they just don't have the aero to cope with it. So, so under acceleration, especially with Zero TC, they are next to impossible to control. I mean, do you enjoy driving these cars? Is it something you find fun, or is it something that you find difficult, or maybe a mix of both?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of both. In every sim I've driven on, I find that the cup car is always the most fun. it's the way I see it is there's with the assist in GT3 it takes away a bit of the feel, whereas the Cup car it just feels you feel connected to it. So it's like there's more immersion. I don't know. I feel like I'm at one with the car most of the time. Not today.
Yeah, I mean that second qualifying session, it was close, like really, really close. Do you think that maybe you would have been able to inch a little bit more out of the car, or do you think that you had your limit and that Amundsen just had you beaten in that second quali session?
Yeah, there was probably 2 or 3 tenths left in it, but it's like I mentioned before with that. I don't know if it is soft suspension, but whatever causes these Cup cars to bounce like they do, and we can't actually change the suspension stiffness, or I don't think we can even change the dampers. So there's nothing we can do to stop it, and all it took is the wheel to take a curb or a bump the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I don't think I managed to put a great lap together. I think every lap there was one corner where I made a bit of a mistake.
And it doesn't help that you were at Oulton, which has a history for being an insanely bumpy track. So with such soft suspension, I can imagine it being like driving down a back road in an old Renault Clio. Just all sorts of bouncing up and down going on in the car.
I'd say a Clio mixed with a double-decker bus of sorts.
Oh God, I don't even want to imagine it. I can feel the travel sickness coming on just thinking about it. But yeah, from everyone here at TOGA Motorsports, it is just a massive congratulations. It's been a tough championship, but you've absolutely made the most of it. You know, well, let's put it quite bluntly, you've dominated this series. It's been wins and podiums at every single race. You've been consistent as anything. So yeah, from us, it's just a massive congratulations, and we hope to see you driving in future series, because a man with your kind of pace, it would be unfortunate if we only had you for the Porsche Cup series.
I'll consider it. I race on Mondays, so Mondays in this Cup car league took up all my time, so I could probably fit another one in. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Anything from you, Julius?
Well, I have nothing to really ask for letting Ben to have a championship enjoyment and praise a little bit of champagne, so congratulations, Ben.
Thank you very much, guys, and thanks for the great commentary too.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. Have a good rest of your evening.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, you too.
In a bit, bye.
Bye.
Now we're going to talk to the winner of that second race, Anders Amundsen. I mean, how was that? Fighting with Ben Crook in both races there. Was that difficult? Did you find that you had to defend more than you ever had before, or were you confident that you could keep it ahead of Ben?
This time around I was pretty confident. I found a Flobster car for this race, and for a change I had a setup for this track. I didn't have that for any of the other races, so I had to make one before the race. But anyways, this one was really good, and I found out that the Porsche actually could do the curves here.
Yeah. I guess the soft suspension is a help with that, but it can also come back to bite you if you do hit the bumps in the wrong way.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to be careful to don't get too much, then just bumps you up the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was a really nice one fighting with Ben here. Didn't have to defend too much. Just the second to last lap, I really had to defend a little bit there. I had a bad exit a couple of times. So, but overall, it was a really good race, and it's hard to pass here too. So you just have to be careful on the overtaking zones.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything from you, Julius?
Well, congratulations on winning both races today, and the last round will be in Branch Hatch again. So, what do you feel about that?
I'm not going to do that race, unfortunately. I'm going away that weekend. But that was the race, the first one, Branch Hatch. I was struggling a lot to keep up the pace with Ben, so he's probably going to take that anyways.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate that you won't be here next week, but from us it is absolutely just a massive congratulations. You know, winning back-to-back races in a track that's as hard
Yeah.
at a track that's as hard as
Thank you
Oulton,
so much.
in a car that's as difficult as
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Porsche Cup car. I mean, yeah, just a massive congratulations from us. So well done.
Thank you guys for making these races and streaming it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the least that we can do to cover the brilliant racing that you guys give us every week. So yeah, just a massive congratulations, and it's unfortunate that you won't be back. Have a good rest of your evening, mate.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for saying.
In a bit. Have a good one.
Bye.
And now we're going to talk to Llama, who I'm going to put a poke in the dark here and say is probably Nicholas Mundenk.
Niklas. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Here we go, Nicholas Mundenk into the commentator's box after what was probably the best race of his life in the second race there at Oulton Park. As I said on the commentary, if you were listening, Nicholas, which I believe you were, just keeping your nose clean. Just keeping your nose clean will be massive for Nicholas, and I was absolutely spot on. Not trying to blow my own trumpet here, but you kept your nose clean, and the race just came your way.
It definitely did. I think in like lap 1 I got super lucky, like in front of me so many people spun out, and like there were so many crashes and stuff. I got so many positions, and in the end I think if the race would be 1 lap longer, I definitely wouldn't have finished P10.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the guys behind were quick, but they were just making mistakes, and they can be crucial. I'll let Julius take the rest of this one as you guys know each other. Go on, Julius. You ask all the fancy questions for the rest of this one.
Okay. At first, how was the track?
I think in race 1 it was. I personally I did not have any pace in race 1, and out of nowhere I think in race 2 I started to get a feeling with the car, and then the track became kind of easier, but still was way off pace actually. But I mean, like, it turned out good to me.
Yeah, seemed like I was mostly watching what happens in, and I saw there was some moments here and there, but in the second race there was so. Yeah, are you going to join us in the Brand Hatch next week?
If I don't have any plans for that evening, I would love to. I think today it showed me what great grid this is. I never had so much fun battling someone. I think I saw it on the main footage as well. I was a bit more focused on my race that time, but like the fight through tier 1 just showed me how great you can battle here. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I practice a bit so I get a bit faster and not like 4 seconds off pace like in qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But mate, well done. That was amazing race. But in the first race, did you miss to hit the drive, or was it just chosen decision to start on the pit?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what happened there. I fucked up to fucking press race. I don't know why. I was like, I did not realize why. I don't have a reason why I didn't press it, but yeah, I just forgot to press race, and yeah.
Well, happens to everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, I think in race 1 I definitely wouldn't have gained much positions. And I mean, like, in race 1 I even gained some positions throughout the race, but just fucked up by myself and went back to last because I just binned it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, from us, from both of us, it's just a massive congratulations, to turn around the first race that you had, to end with such a brilliant second race, so many positions gained, and a top 10 finish, in a car that isn't easy to drive, at a track that isn't easy to drive, is just an incredible turnaround for you. So a massive congratulations, and thank you for coming to the comms box and joining us this evening.
See you, mate.
Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, mate. Same to
And there we go.
I don't want to take any credit, but it was my setup. It
has to be. It has to be. You can't let him have anything, can you?
Well, I can, but.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, but seriously, amazing race. Honestly, it was such a fun, both in the qualies and the both races. Amazing.
Yeah, it was brilliant racing. We had crashes, we had overtakes, we had insanely close battles, all the way through both races, and that's just the kind of thing that we expect, and thankfully are getting from these races and championships here in Toga. So I mean, it was just brilliant, and thank you all for being here with us tonight and for listening to us and just jumping in and seeing what's happening here in Toga Motorsports. Next week, well, actually, I'm moving on to next week. We've still got the rest of this week. On Sunday night, we've got the Winter Cup, which is going to be commentated on by me and Hayden. Next week, we've got the final 2 races of the Porsche Cup Series at Brands Hatch, and then the Winter Cup again on a Sunday evening. So make sure to join us for that one. Yeah, Julius, a massive thank you for joining me in the comms box tonight.
Yeah, the pleasure is on my side again, like always.
Yeah, and a massive thank you to everyone else for being here with us tonight. I will see you on Sunday, and Julius will see you next Friday. But that is going to be all that we have for this evening. Thank you so much all for joining us, and we will see you next time. Have a good rest of your
Good night.
evening.
Bye bye.